welcome everybody to another episode of. We haven't given this thing a name, have we? We should find a name for it, Leslie. Don't you agree?
Well, it's time to talk with Gigi. There you
Time to
go.
talk with Gigi, yeah, and Leslie. Time to talk with Gigi and Leslie. But we have to think of something a little more a little more original. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Who has joined? And we're going to talk about watches today. Something new, with something we've never done before. Wow. Anyway, so it's me and Leslie, of course. Me, Gigi, at Time to Talk Watches, Time to Talk _watches on Instagram. Leslie is on at Ladies Wrist on Instagram, and she's also the host, together with Ernesto, of the Bezel Banter podcast, which I've been listening to and is really good, and you should all follow. Okay, so Leslie, what's been going on with your life in these last few days, last week?
Well, not much. Oh, I got the optical fiber, so internet is much faster.
Yeah,
Actually,
this is
not
like
me, my
work.
parents, because I'm in France, spending the
But you have to tell your parents to
spending the
upgrade.
holidays.
Like you have to, because you can't. Internet is like it's like water and electricity. You need a good one. So that's
They're a bit, yeah, traditional and old fashioned, but yeah, they finally upgraded, and they're super happy, and I'm super happy too. And France is amazing, and I get to eat a lot of bread and cheese, and it's awesome.
Do you get the morning baguette? I remember when I was in France, like people like got up in the morning and got these like the fresh baguette, nice and warm and everything. It was just
Yeah, yeah. In the
yeah,
weekend, yeah, we do have like the warm croissant
the
and pain au
croissant.
chocolat.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh God, you're making me become
Yeah,
hungry now. Oh dear.
I
Uh,
know, I know. You can eat that stuff all day, every day. Honestly, that's
yeah. I
all.
mean, now that we're in lockdown, I've gained a lot of weight, so I'm gonna have to stop
Yes,
eating
you
here.
should.
Otherwise, it's terrible, terrible. You
But
don't
you're
move.
Italian. You live in Italy. I mean, that's expected. That's normal. It would be weird otherwise.
But I eat a lot of junk food.
True.
That's the
If you're
problem, you
in
see.
Italy and you don't, yeah, well, it's okay. It's a lockdown. Everyone gain
Yeah.
weight.
I mean, we have to have something. So
It's
we
the
need comfort.
holidays. There you
Yeah,
go.
we need comfort food.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So what are
definitely
we
do.
going to do today? We are going to talk about three watches each, which we seriously might buy. Okay, we're not like doing. Yeah, I'd like to buy a Vacheron
Seriously, yes.
overseas or a Patek or something
I
that's
do, but
doable within our limited finances, and which finances are getting less all the time. So we're going to start this off, and Leslie, I'm going to show first of all your three picks. So let's start. We do it this way. How do we do it? That way. Okie dokie. So let's start the slideshow off, and here we go. Leslie, all yours.
yeah. Thank you. So you made a good point about the pick because the list is endless, right? There's so many watches we wanted, and I had obviously a hard time narrowing everything down. But it's like the serious watches we're considering buying soon, meaning probably, next year, or at least the next three watches that I'm thinking of adding, and I'm really serious on adding in my collection. So the first one is the Seiko Srp777, and I'm gonna make a little mention to Ernesto because it has to be the J version, Japanese version,
I don't
not
get
the
that, but
K
okay.
version. It's a little private joke because I'm me, and he has the K version, and he was like, there's a huge debate online about the K and the J version. So I'm like, okay, I'll get the J version because it has to be, I have to be me. So
The real
but
thing.
otherwise both versions are fine. They look exactly the same. They look exactly the same, honestly. It's just for the Japanese market, that's all. So yeah, I was surprised. I tried this watch on not too long ago, and it was like instantly, like, I fell in love instantly with it. It looks so good. It felt so amazing. And yeah, it's simple. It's just such a great watch, and it's a great price too. Retail is $430. I think you can find it for much less though, like in the $300 range. I've seen it on Macy's too. So for that price,
But you have
so
to
it's
import it
really
from.
like.
Do you have to import it from Japan though, right? Or can you get the J
For the
model in
J
the
version,
US?
I don't know about the J version. Yeah, I don't think you can find it with a discount here, I mean, at least in the US. But the K version, you can find it pretty cheap. So I might just, get the K version. In the end, no one else knows. No one really
Yeah.
else
Nobody's
cares.
looking at the bottom of the dial, right? The bottom where the Japan, the little tiny letters at the bottom of the dial.
Yeah, I'm not even, yeah. So,
Apart from
so
you,
that
you're
was
going to be
really, yeah,
looking there
really
all the
great.
time.
Yeah, but I'll be fine
It's
because
not
it's
the
just
J
such
version.
a great watch. So, yeah.
I like it too. I have a
There you go.
turtle
That's
as
my
well.
first pick.
I have a turtle,
Hmm.
and I have one of the
So
Save the Ocean blue ones. Yeah, and I think the size is the turtle is okay because it looks big, but it's actually not. It's not that big because it has the lugs are very small,
No.
so it fits very well, and
Yeah.
the crown at 4 o'clock
Yeah,
also
and it's
kind of
slightly
hides its
curvy.
size. And beautiful curvy case, it's like soap, like a baguette case. I don't know how it would do. It looks like a soap bar case, really. It's really really smooth. And I also put mine on a
Wow.
mesh bracelet, and it just on a mesh bracelet, it's absolutely kick ass, absolutely. What did we forget to do today, Leslie? We forgot to do a wrist check, didn't we? What are you
We
wearing?
did. Damn. So I'm wearing blue today. So I'm wearing my IWC Mark 18.
Let's have a look. Just a
Um,
second. I'll just try to get you in
hold
there.
on.
Oh, wow, no, do it again.
Let me do this.
Take it off. Okay.
Yes. So it's the Mark 18, Le Petit Prince edition. So with the blue dial, it's like sunburst blue dial. It's absolutely stunning. Really, really beautiful. And I love how thin and flat it is. And on top of that, it's extremely comfortable because you have the clasp and you can adjust it and you can make it a little
Oh, that's cool.
looser,
It's like
a
a
little tighter.
Lange. Lange does that. Like
Yeah.
I have the compressor. Yeah. And that bracelet looks absolutely
There's
fantastic.
it really is. So you have the both high polish and the brushed, so it's alternated for the links, and that's for the Le Petit Prince edition. So they do that. They do that bracelet slightly differently. I wasn't sure I wanted to get it with a bracelet, but I'm so happy I did because I've never changed it. I've had it for like 2 years, and I've never changed the bracelet. It's always been like this. So I love this
It
watch.
just looks great. I
Yeah,
think
one
that
of my
watch is looks just
favorites.
fantastic on the bracelet, or not on a strap. It just looks made for it. So I'd keep it on the
Hmm.
bracelet. I find we. I'm
Yeah,
wearing a much
it is.
cheaper watch than you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wearing the Casio calculator watch.
It's
I
such a
just
nerdy watch. I feel
Yeah,
like it's like
I'm
one
a
of the
nerd. I mean,
nerdiest
I'm
one
a.
ever. I love
Oh,
it.
there we go. That is the Casio Back to the Future. I don't know what they call it. The Marty
Yeah.
McFly calculator watch. And this is the ultimate nerd watch. Because if somebody sees you wearing that, they know you're a nerd, even if they know nothing about watches. Because, I mean, who needs a calculator watch, right? Everybody's got smartphones with like mainframe computer power inside them. Why do you need a calculator watch? So you have to be the absolute, consummate nerd to wear it, which I am. And you are too.
I
Okie
don't have that
dokie.
one yet. I don't have a watch with
But
a
buy it. I mean,
calculator
it's like
yet.
that's like
I
it's
know
like
it's
you can get these free in cereal boxes.
probably that's actually true. Probably, yeah. I'll let you know
Okay,
once I get it. You
get
know
it,
what?
get it.
Now it's probably part of like now I need a top four for the next one. Damn it! I need to have
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
See?
So next up is your number two watch, and this, I mean, who doesn't know about this epic watch? I mean, wow.
Right. Yeah. This is only number two because it's a little bit of a different price point. So I'll have to
Oh,
save a
yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
a little bit more
You
for
had to
this
put a
one.
Rolex in there somewhere. I mean,
You
how
know,
can you not want
it's
to buy a Rolex?
this is probably, I mean, okay, yeah, I'd wear any other Rolexes. I think they're all, gorgeous in their own way, and it's Rolex, right? But this is different, and it speaks to me very differently. Of course, I'm a James Bond nerd, and
Me too.
it's really, it's not the sub, honestly. I mean, now of course it's Omega, but it used to be, the Submariner, but it's actually, this is the one that Jan Fleming was wearing. So this is the James Bond watch. I wish I could find this one, my birth year. So that would be the 1016 model, reference model. Different price points, even more. So that one, yeah, maybe one day it's on the dream list. But yeah, this one is going to be number 2. This is my next big purchase. Of course, everything can happen. Everything, who knows? But yeah, this is like my next year's big purchase, because I love this watch so much.
I think that the new one, it's really clean. The dial is fantastic. It's got great lume. It's got the coronet on it. It's a Rolex. So I mean, if you're a nerd and you either hate or love Rolex, I think you and I are in the latter field. We appreciate it, even though it's they're the watch lovers, both the nerds watch and the people who don't care nothing about watches, because when they just buy something, they just get a Rolex. I've got the money for it. So it's kind of, there's a double-edged sword. So I have one Rolex only. I have a Submariner, no date, ceramic Submariner, and I hardly ever wear it because it's like I wear it and it says, oh, he's got a Rolex. I don't know. I don't want to appear as the Rolex guy, but I love it and I never wear it. So it's a shame. It
sends a different message. It is. It really is a shame. It sends a different message when you wear a Rolex. It does. As much as we love Rolex for different reasons, it's generally the watch that you want to buy when you had a big promotion. I mean, something you should celebrate, or if you just want to show off. Because
exactly.
Rolex, and it's most of them are more affordable than a Patek or an AP, so or Richard Mille, or any of those amazing watches that some people consider more show-off watch. So it is what it is, but in the end, it's a fantastic brand. And this one, I didn't think I'd like. It's one that grew on me over time. Really, now I keep seeing pictures of it everywhere, and of course when you like something, you just start obsessing about it, so you see it everywhere. And
I know that I'm just going to publish little comment we got here. It says, Andrew says, it's the Rolex that most people that don't know watches tend to overlook. I mean, that is like true. It's that is it. I mean, that's the kind of
that's true.
Thing. That's the explorer. That's the explorer in one sentence. And I love it too. I love it because it's got blue lume. I love the blue lume. I like the clean dial. It doesn't have a date window, so I love it even more. And it's a Rolex you can actually get new as well. I suppose it's not that difficult to obtain. It's not like
I don't know. Will they let us buy this one now? They used to. I remember we used to have quite a few in stock where everyone wanted a sub. Everyone wanted those
a GMT.
Model. We still had, I could still see in the database, quite a few of them. And it seems like no one, was really interested in it. And but now I don't know. It's the holiday, so everything's sold out, obviously.
Exactly.
I heard that they might discontinue it, but that's just a rumor.
No, they're not going to discontinue that. No, please.
I wouldn't, place my. I wouldn't, or they would revamp it, but again, I wouldn't, place my bets on it. But I don't know if they'll let me buy it. Will they?
Do you think there's
want me to buy
could be
gold watch with it?
I don't know. Yeah, well, just for an explorer. But I think do you like the smaller one? Do you like, because this one is slightly larger? I think this is what, 40 now? I don't remember.
39.
39. Because there's 30.
The previous ones were 36 and even
36.
Even less, I think. Yeah, the original ones were much smaller. They were smaller. This one is a 39, which I'm totally fine. I like bigger watch, so I'm okay with bigger than 40, but I'm okay with 39. I'm okay with 36. I don't even know if I have a 36, honestly.
Oh, I don't think so.
39 is fine for me and my wrist. And even for a guy, it's okay. It's fine. It's a good size too. It's maybe a little bit more elegant for a guy, even if it's a sports watch kind of.
Yeah, and they're well made as well, because these new ones, these new ones have better bracelets, better clasps. If you get the old ones, those old Rolex bracelets and clasps are really, like, yeah. It doesn't feel like
you
the
hear that
money.
little rattling sound.
They rattle. Yeah, I hate that. I used to
Oh,
have an
I have
old
that on my
sub. And,
Rolex. Yeah,
yeah, you
I
spend so
do. I
much
have
money
like
on them, and then
not
they have
that
those crappy old
older, but used to
bracelets
have the older bracelet. You know, like
and the hollow end
oh,
links and
I thought
everything.
that's me too. But once you have it on, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay, watch number
Yes.
three. Watch number three, and this is interesting. It's just she wants to get a beat up Panerai. Is this one beat up enough?
Well, it's still legible, so I mean,
This is pretty
probably,
beat up, ain't it?
this is probably fetching for a fortune, though. If everything's original, it's probably
It's probably too expensive for us to buy that one because if it's all they call it patina, but that's absolutely knackered. I mean, look at it.
Yeah,
but
honestly, if everything is original, yeah. I mean,
anyway,
any Panerai would do. Any Panerai would do. I just love all of them. But if I were to buy my first Panerai,
it
I
would be this
prefer
one, wouldn't
if
it?
was
This is the one, right? This is the one.
yeah,
The
I
one,
like that
yeah,
one.
that looks.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look
I mean,
incredibly?
again, all of them. I love all of them. But in terms of like wearability, price point, again, because I have to be, I have to be mindful of that. It would have to be the so it's a discontinued model. It's the PAM 112, and it's been discontinued for a few years. It has the sandwich dial, which they don't have that on the base models anymore. Not a Panerai movement, which is totally fine. It's a hand one movement, but it's totally fine for me. But I think, yeah, and if I can find it used and already scratched with some dings on it, I'd be even happier, because I think that's how a Panerai should look. At least my first Panerai. Then, of course, you can always add, more to the collection, because when you like Panerais, you end up with several, with good reasons. And but for my first, this is the one, and I'm on the hunt for it. So as soon as I find one that fits the criteria, it's added to my watch box and on my wrist.
I think I'm going to put this one on my list as well because it just looks stunning. I mean, look at this photo of. If I can find one like this, I mean, it looks. Look at that. I mean, look at that. I mean, don't you want a watch that looks like that on the back? I mean, look at that. It's just, it's awesome. And the sandwich dial. Oops, missed that. Let's go forward.
I don't think it has an open case back. I'm not sure now that you're mentioning the back.
Well, this watch is on
sure.
this watch was for sale on an. It's a 112. I don't remember what year it's from.
You're right. No.
So it just looked at it and it said, okay, open case
see?
back, and it said, okay, that's even better.
Yeah.
And
You
I
are
think
right. I'm checking it right now. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
that's even,
point.
and so you get to look at that beautiful movement. And these look great on rubber too, I think.
Yeah, so
this
the
is on
112.
leather.
Those are, like we say, strap monsters. You can have any straps you want, and they'll fit on it. Any.
Okay, so I think we're done with yours, and now it's my turn, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. So my first, this is a new watch. It just came out last week. It's a Zodiac Seawall 53 compressor, I think they call it, and with a green fume dial, green, light green chapter ring, and green bezel. Green here. Green is the color now, right? I mean, everybody's making green watches.
Yeah, I
think that's
yeah.
And this one is absolutely cool because I love the dial, that fume dial, and it's a collaboration with a Milanese watchmaker called Grimaldi, who is in Piazza del Duomo in Milan, and they made 88 pieces, and Grimaldi, liaised with Zodiac to have the colors done in a certain way, and I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm going to actually have to go down to I very rarely leave my house because of the, what's going on. So I'm a bit afraid, but I want to go there and see this. And I think even in person, I think it's going to look even better. Look at that. I mean, wow, isn't that something you'd put on your wrist? I
It's
would.
amazing.
And
Yeah,
it's not even
totally.
expensive. It's like
Totally.
1,000. It's like around 1,000 euros. So it's not like prohibitively expensive. It's actually good value for what's on offer. So that's
Hmm.
one thing. I mean, do you like the Zodiac as a brand? What do you think of it?
I find it gorgeous. I'm into green as well right now. I didn't know about this special edition. I have a good friend of mine, Andres, who bought a Zodiac. He can tell you way more about the brand than I do because I'm not as familiar with it, but he's extremely happy and it looks fantastic. I think you should definitely just, I don't even know. I mean, I know with everything going on, everyone is a bit more careful, but I would have been jumping on the occasion to just go try it on or see it in
I
person.
will be. I'll
Because
do that. Yeah, I'll be doing that.
good.
Maybe one
Yeah,
of us.
good.
Yeah, go out because a lot of people in the everybody's going out on the weekend, and when I see crowds, I say no, I don't want to be in a crowd. I'm afraid. I don't want to get ill, so I'll see anyway. I hope they don't
Yeah.
sell out. I mean,
Well, I
I'm
don't know
not
if a
sure.
lot of people are watch shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
know if
but
a lot of
anyway.
people are watch shopping, so you might not have a lot of people in the store, but yeah.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
was my
but I'm
first
totally
choice,
looking one. I'm
and
interested to see the
this.
Fume dial too.
I mean, that looks fantastic. That is just like wow. Yep. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and see this, and I may come back with it from the shop. So I've got to be. We'll see. We'll see. If I do come back with it, we'll talk about it next time we
Please.
do the live.
Yes. Awesome.
This is my second one, green again. So I'm sticking to green. This was a bit more expensive. This is over 3,000, I think. It's the new Bulova, the Accutron Space View, which is, I mean, this watch technology just amazes me, and it's just so nerdy and techy, and I mean, it's a big watch. I think it's like 45, so that's a big one. But I mean, look at that dial. The electrostatic movement, it has a smooth second hand, which is similar to it's quartz, okay, but it's engineered to have a smooth second hand sweep, and it charges. It comes pre-charged, I think, with 2 years of autonomy, and it charges automatically too, so it will get electricity from your wrist as well. And when I saw this first, I actually when I started my watch collecting journey, I wanted to get an original Accutron, one of those old space, models that with the
Yeah.
tuning fork. And I always didn't
Yeah.
buy one. I said okay, because I'm always afraid of getting vintage because they may break, or I'm not too crazy about getting a really old watch. And then this came out, and I said, wow, I
You
mean,
have
I
to really
would buy
trust
them.
the dealer or the person who's
Yeah.
selling it to you. Yeah, but it's always a risk anyway. But the original is nice. It's much smaller because I've seen them both compared side by side, and the new one
I
is
think it's
bigger, but it's
38.
just
I think the original is 36, actually. I
yeah.
think it's even tiny watch. Well, tiny by today's
It's
standards, I
possible that it's a
suppose.
36. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this watch it just looks it calls to me. It's just so different from anything else. If you wear that, that's a conversation piece. That watch. I mean, really. I mean, even anybody who's not interested in watches looks at your arm. You're going to get a lot of questions about it, and you're going to start talking about the movement, and the people are going to start falling asleep. So that's what's going to happen. Oh well, but I don't know. I'm seriously thinking of buying it, but I really have to get the cash for this. So okay, let's. It's a possible buy. I'm not sure when though. It's high
I
on the
think
list
it
because
should be, yeah, but from like, yeah, for next year, I think you should
for
get,
next
yeah,
year, yeah,
definitely, because
this year
it's really nice.
I'll be
The
happy if I
act
get the
really, really nice.
Zodiac. So that's. But there is something. My next watch I will be buying as soon as I can get my head out of the house because it's really really cheap. And I told you about it, and I said, okay, this is coming in like maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I can. There we go, and it's cheap, 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 and
Nice, nice. Yeah,
the
yeah,
gray Casio.
that's awesome. I love this one. It's on my Christmas list.
It's
So,
just doesn't that gray color? It just looks even better, doesn't it? I mean,
so I originally loved the black, and I still love the black so much. But I saw a few pictures. Yes, I saw a few
look at
pictures,
that.
and honestly, it looks fantastic in gray. Yeah. And you can
Just
have
look,
all of them because they're like $100,
they're
I think,
$100. They're
something like that.
€100 or $100. They're so
Yeah.
cheap. And yeah, I got a little.
Compared to
Alex
the
is.
other ones that we.
This is Alex that's saying on the grey version, it's the best color yet. I kind of agree with him on that. I mean, I like the black one too. I love it, but this grey one is very appealing. It's quite. I think that. I mean, if you look at the pictures, okay, look at it like in the wild.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I think it's. Whoops, missed. This slideshow's a bit finicky. Okay, so I mean that looks absolutely. I mean, look at that.
It looks
Looks as though it's
amazing.
on the
Yeah, that
moon.
was amazing.
Oh, why does it? I'm
Yeah,
screwing up with my
yeah, yeah.
slideshow. Anyway,
It was great. It's growing on me. I mean, I still love the black more but this is very, very close second, and I'm seriously considering that one too. That's a great buy. I mean, it's beautiful.
if
It's
you've
really
seen, I
beautiful.
think they make also like a blue and black or blue and gray one. They got a couple of models out in the last like month or so. This was one
They
of
make a
them, and
red
then there
one.
was
The
like a.
red's really fun.
The red one's really fun. Yeah, I mean that is like that's a watch that you can. It's like a guilty pleasure because it's so cheap and it's like 100. I mean, €100. It's not money that you throw away because I wouldn't throw away €100. But it's it's just a guilty pleasure. Oh, let's just get a watch, and I want to spend €100. What do you get? Like a Casio, because that's most of what you can afford, or maybe like an old Seiko or something. But this G-Shock is really. I'm gonna get one of these and the square G-Shock too. One of the
Oh yeah,
original. I still haven't got one of those. I can't believe I haven't. I can't believe I haven't bought one of
me
those
neither.
yet. Oh, we are not true nerds then. We have to go and buy them immediately because, really, you can't say you're a watch nerd unless you've owned, I think, at least one Seiko, one Casio in your life. You have to have owned one of those watches, one a cheap Seiko or a cheap Casio, and that it's the baptism. You're a watch nerd now.
But
It's
sometimes it's so easy that you don't think about it. It's like when you live in a big city, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna visit this, but you live there, so you can always postpone it. And I feel like it's kind of the same with those watches. Like, well, compared to the Panerai or the Rolex or any other really like more expensive watches, you're like, well, this one I can get anytime I want. It's not limited. It's not, and so you tend to kind of like forget or just postpone it. At least in my situation, that's how it's been. Because I've been always chasing something that's like on the higher price points.
unobtainable, yeah. And it's also this watch. I mean, these watches are tough. I mean, that watch is going to outlive you. This G-Shock. I mean, you can put them
True.
under a
It's so
tank.
light and yeah,
They will survive
very
anything.
true.
So it's also a watch that you can wear when you don't care about what you're doing, and if you bash it around, it's just that bash
Yeah.
around. Good looking watch because it looks good. I mean, I think it looks fantastic. And in plastic, I mean, there are kits for this watch. I don't know if you've ever seen them. That you take out the core of the watch and you put it in, and it transforms into a metal watch. And you just take out the little bit in the middle, and it transforms the watch. All of the bracelet and outside metal, and it transforms it into metal. But it looks like the metal G-Shock, but it's not Casio, of course. It's stuff you get on AliExpress and they're like I think $50 per kit.
Oh, okay. No,
But
I didn't see it.
but I think it looks better in plastic, honestly. I mean,
I
it's
I
pretty,
I
it just
agree.
looks okay like that. That's the way it was made to be. But I'm pretty sure that Casio may release a metal version soon. They may do that. I mean, everybody's saying they will, they may, so they probably will do it one time or another. So we'll
Maybe,
just have to
yeah.
wait and see. We'll see. But this is
Yeah,
this
but
is like a sure thing. I'm getting that tomorrow or the day
yeah,
after tomorrow before Christmas because
I'm gonna
before
hold you
Christmas.
up to it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
absolutely.
on your
Unless
back.
they've sold them, unless they're sold out. So the same guy who has the Zodiac has the Casios and has Seikos. He's got all the he has all the brands except Rolex, except his watch group. He has all like the independent brands plus Casio and Seiko and Citizen. So he's got, I
Cool.
mean, but he's also got he's also got like Parmigiani Fleurier, which are incredibly expensive watches, and he's got like GP, Girard-Perregaux. He's got Maurice Lacroix. He's got Belova. I mean, if you go there, he's got Bell and Ross. It's just and I know the guys. They're really big shout outs to the Grimaldis if they're watching. Wait for me. I'll be there soon. Okay, be patient. And we'll see. So if I get that, I'm not sure if I'll be walking out of the watch with the Casio, the Zodiac, or both. So we'll see.
Most likely both. Maybe a third one. I don't
Most likely both, yes. You know me.
So you have to text your guy, or I don't know, like or email him or call him and say, hey, I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Get that Zodiac out.
With COVID, I don't really want to spend too much time, so it's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna go there, pay you, get out. Okay, well, I'll keep you posted, darling. Okay, so what's the 30 minutes?
Yes,
I think
please.
we can close it now, I think. So before going away, let's remind everybody to follow us on Instagram at me at Gigi at Time to Talk _watches, Leslie at Ladies Wrist, and Bezel Banter Media if you want to follow what's going on with the podcast. Of course, we can't close the live stream without giving a big shout out to Scottish Watches, which has been very kind in letting me be on their live streams and writing for them. I'm doing a lot of work for their YouTube channels as well, so I'm really happy to do that. It's really fun. They're fun guys. So Scottish Watches, follow them on Instagram, on YouTube. They have multiple YouTube channels. There's an unboxing channel which I'm curating with the guys there, so that's getting a lot more content as of late. And there's another live.
Going to be 2 more watches unboxing.
Yeah. Okay, and they're coming. They've got
Zodiac, the Casio.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be wow. And also there's a stream with this called Time of the Week, which is with the 3 girls, Sam, and Lucy, and they do a weekly live stream on a Wednesday, and on Friday there's Scottish Watches Live with us, the gang, the guys and girls, and whoever wants to spend a Friday night live streaming instead of going out. Oh, sorry, you can't go out. So that's what's happening on Friday. So
well, we have the curfew in France, so
yeah, so do we. It's I think the curfew is 10 p.m., so you can't really do much, honestly. So might as well stay at home. Be safe. What's the point? It's not worth risking, is there? Oh, Leslie, it was great talking to you again. I hope the people who followed us were entertained. I'll just have a look at the comments if there's anything left on the comments. What's Koos saying? Koos, don't worry, Gigi. I still have about 8 Casios left. So Koos is the big nerd, nerdier than us. Andrew said, I've just seen that the Accutron is 15.9 millimeters thick. That means I'd have to accept not wearing it at work. Yeah, because 15.9 millimeters, you're not going to get that under a shirt. No way. It's going to be this high, 16 millimeters. Okay, and that's it for the comments. So anyway, of course, remember, if you want to comment below, if you want to comment on the show, if you like it, please, feel free to subscribe. That will really help out. And we'll see you, hopefully. Okay, we're getting this going next Thursday, maybe, hopefully.
And we'll have a name next time.
We'll have a name next time. Okay. Of course, if you have any suggestions for a name, post below. We'll have a look at them. If they're printable, we may even use one of them. Who knows? Okay, guys. So bye from us.
Pleasure. Yes.
See you soon.
It's always a pleasure. Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.